This is Mason, founder of You Ought to Be Free. Another segment of It's Okay to Leave the Plantation. Leave the plantation, folks. This is very early in the morning on July 1st, the 1st of July, 2016, a few days before the 4th of July, the date that we proclaimed our independence. And I'm going to spend a little time today talking about who I am. Not trying to qualify to be your friend, not trying to please you, not trying to show you how nice I am, how cool I am. Because, folks, I am not cool. I've never been cool. I've never liked cool. I knew about cool before when it was spelled with a K. Never liked it, never impressed. What I would like to do is talk to you about who I am so that you can know my background. You can know my interests. Um, I live in the country now because I want to have my own personal park for my family. Upstairs right now, snuggled, sleeping comfortably, are the people that I love the most, the people that I do everything for. You know, I'm enjoying a good cup of coffee because there is no better coffee than the one my wife makes. Now, some people like tea, therefore you may not like me. Some people may not like cigars, therefore you may not like me. I love a good cigar. Uh, I'm 66 years old, folks, and doggone it, I've been a couple of years old. I've been around for years. I've lived in the city. I've lived in the country. I moved out. I moved out of St. Louis, Missouri, in the hood, middle of the ghetto, where I had been set back a couple of years by the school system as being a slow learner. You see, a lot of money being a slow learner, a lot of money in sitting kids in school. But I remember being in school, sitting there, not being challenged, not doing anything, bored stiff, teachers coming in reading their own books. Then I moved out with the gangs just starting, and the crime and the alcoholism, and my mother and father moved me out of St. Louis into a little small town where the teacher schools wasn't get special money for putting you back. Wasn't getting paid to put you back. They got paid to educate you behind. And I dropped in that school system, and guess what I found out? I found out I had a brain. Gee, I had a brain. And I went through that school system after being dropped back by the St. Louis school system. And by the time I reached the level of junior, I was eligible to graduate with the senior class. I completed all the requirements for graduation. But they didn't want me to graduate. They had the only reason, I qualified. I had all the requirements except for 1/4 of gym. But I dropped out. Went to the Navy. And folks in a small white town, my community, I met white folks that didn't like me. I met adults that didn't like me. Bus drivers called me names. Teachers addressing me in certain ways. I met store owners, even other kids. I met that. Most folks were decent and nice. I let those few folks who didn't like me get out of my life, or I could move on. I dropped out of high school because of that. Went into the Navy as a high school dropout, and a white racist shipmate dropped 2,800 pounds of steel and metal on me, trying to kill me because of the color of my skin. He looked me in the eyes, he put his shoulder to it, and pushed it over with emphasis, trying to kill me as a human being because I disagreed with him. He just not like the color of my skin. Now, guarantee you, folks, that kind of changed your perspective. When you feel the weight of a ton and a half fall on you and crushing everything you have in you, that changed your perspective. I became angry like any grown man would. I became revengeful, and I began to hate all white America. And the reason I hated all white America was because this one white guy and all the little white guys who didn't treat me right were against me. And I hung out. I got discharged and went to Berkeley. Well, before Berkeley, I went to American College, where the Black Panther Party started. And I was taught sociology by Melvin Newton, Huey Newton's older brother. But I hung out with other people. I learned Swahili as my language requirements. And I studied black history for history. And I was angry because everyone around us saying, you're angry, but white man treat you bad. White man. And we all took that and brought that and kept it ourselves. And at Berkeley, I ran with the student union and other people. I hung out with the Black Panthers at 24th and Broadway, Jimmy's Lamppost restaurant. And we just hate it. Because we have to believe our condition in life was due to white folks not liking us. That white man dropped a ton and a half of steel on me. Therefore, white folks owe me something. Huh? And that's how it goes? And if you don't like what we're saying, something's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Graduated Berkeley, had to learn how to use my brain. I had bad knees, bad back. I wasn't gonna work for 40 years. I had to learn. But how can I learn when America was against me? How can I learn when white folks didn't like me? How can I learn? How can I learn? How can I learn? I knew that it wasn't my degrees that was going to get me through life. It was my knowledge. So I acquired knowledge, how to get money to come to me, how money works. And we can discuss that if you like. But I've never tried to be cool. I don't care if you don't like who I am or my intentions. I don't care if you think I'm wrong or right. I'm going to stand before you. I'm going to speak the truth. And those who believe it, accept it. Those who don't need to. But I'm too old to try to please everybody I come across. So this is Mason. I am who I say I am. I'm going where I say I'm going. If you want to go to free, if you want to learn how this world works, let's get together on my YouTube page. It's okay to leave the plantation. Now, folks, I got to leave now. My coffee's getting cold, and I don't like cold coffee. It's hot and good, boy. Take care, stay right, or be left. See you later. God bless you.